Hello YouTube, this is Tammy Pie and I'm back with another video. So I gotta tell you guys, this is so cute. My son came in a few minutes ago and was like, Mom, I got you something for Mother's Day. I got you a microphone you can pin to your shirt and you can, so your YouTube videos will have great sound no matter what. I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. That's so sweet. It's so nice. So this video is going to be readings, several readings. I think five. I was going to do 10, but it protracted. It got way too long. These are 5 readings with decks that are not as easy as regular RWS or regular thought-based or regular whatever. These are all decks that are a little, that have a reputation for being kind of difficult. And I love any deck that makes me think, okay? And I love to do readings. I wish that I had... All right, so if I could have my 9 of Cups wish, it would be that I had a comfortable place where I could go and do readings and have my own table and be comfortable reading for the public in a kind of semi-private way. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna manifest if I can. Yeah. All right, so a few of the decks I'm going to be using. Oh damn, the Oceandry Tarot, the Lily Stone Marseilles, Pablo Robledo's Marsella Robledo, Jonasa Jaus, the Herbcrafters Tarot, and the Queen Marielle Tarot. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have some readings, and these are not always easy decks. But you can do it. You can read with these difficult decks. All you got to do is open up the box and rock it. You can do it. Thank you. All right, it's fine. Fuck. How do I ever get anything done? Okay, so this is the only reading here that I'm going to do that's for myself. This reading is going to be with the Herbcrafters Tarot by Joanna Powell Colbert, who is also the author of the Gaian Tarot, and who is a Pacific Northwest person. All right. So the question is, how will my physical fitness routine, what can I do to help myself get to my physical fitness goal? Okay. And I'm using the Herbcrafters Tarot because a lot of people say they have a hard time with this deck. I don't necessarily, even though I am not an herbalist and my plant knowledge is actually pretty basic. But I think they give us enough in just the artwork and the archetypes. Okay, so this is a 5-card spread, and this I've kind of taken from. I did a panel with Jamie Sawyer at Newt's 22, I believe it was, where she shared this spread, and I think she called it the bridge spread. And basically what you have here is, this is where I'm now. This is where I want to be. And these are 3 steps to getting there. Let me see if I can put this in such a way where you can actually see the cards. Okay, so this is where I am now. Okay, and here we have, now again, like I said, I am not super familiar with this plant. In fact, I don't know if I even see much of this plant around, but sometimes when you use a deck like this, it causes you to look for this kind of plant. Bee balm, I imagine if the name means what the plant is, which a lot of times they do, it draws bees, which you want in your garden. Anybody who does any kind of agricultural work loves bees, right? As the 2 of fire, this is really the perfect card to show a person who is at the beginning of a journey, who is planning something like a physical fitness goal. Okay? So now you could do this a few different ways. You could go straight for the goal, or you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is how I'm going to do it. Okay? And you could give these 3 things positions, like a mental a mental goal, or an actionable goal, or an environmental goal. Or you could just say step 1, step 2, step 3, like that. Or you can just kind of let riff, which is, I kind of like to riff when I do readings anyway. So what we have here is wild cherry, which I had a wild cherry tree growing in my backyard, planted by birds. Okay, so this cherry tree was in a really bad place, unfortunately, but it grew easily and it bore fruit. And the leaves of the cherry, I know, are also medicinal. You can make a tea out of them. I think it's good for your lungs, maybe. But yeah, the 9 of fire, typically the 9 of wands, this is telling me if you're really interested in making this goal a priority, you will do that. You will stick to it. You have the strength, you have the power within you to handle this, even when it seems kind of hard, or not the, you're having to say no to things. I'm talking to me. We're having to say no to things. I'm having to be sure that when I'd rather be sitting around watching YouTube videos, I'm out walking. Okay? I mean, I can listen to videos while I do that anyway, So stick-to-itiveness, being staunch, making sure, and I know this, I know better, right? All right, next card is the 4 of Earth, the Willow. Wow, that's a beautiful card. I think we're all a little familiar with willow, and how very useful and helpful it is. Beautiful trees. They just look fantastic, don't they? Okay, so, but this is the 4 of Earth, and this is kind of that point at which you are holding it together, where you are not looking for a whole lot of extras. You're just trying to keep the foundation strong. So I can see this in my fitness journey as me, sometimes waking up a little later, sometimes maybe a little tired when I should be out doing my walk. I try to do some arm work, but I hate doing arm work. I hate doing like stretching and yoga because it takes a long time and it feels like nothing is happening. But those basic structural steps would be a good way to continue getting on with this goal that I'm trying to get to. You know, I'm trying to be more healthy, more stronger, more able to do more stuff. Okay. So this third, okay, the Adelita of water, Ocatillo. Now, I have definitely seen this plant a bunch around here. It looks to me like it can be turned into a tea, which is pretty cool. Adelita, I believe that these are the, hang on, let me just check so I'm not lying. Okay, so I was right. Adelita are the knights, and these are plants that are used as plant medicine, and sometimes people are not happy about that. So what I'm seeing here, honestly, is that I need to drink more water. I need to keep more fluids in my diet. I mean, sometimes it's just that obvious. Drink tea, maybe go a little pure with the water. Sometimes in order to get myself to drink water, I put little Gatorade packets in it. I don't need all that. I just need to drink water and do some herbal tea, right? So these are my 3 steps. 9 of fire, hang in there. Do what you know you're trying to get done. 4 of earth, be stable. Do some of those harder things that you don't necessarily love to do, but you know will make your the structure of your workouts better, stronger, faster. $6 Million Man, anybody? Okay. And consume more water, pure water, better water. Water is a secret to a lot of things. Oh, check it out. Look at that for a final card. How good is that? And the Wheel of Fortune is the kitchen garden. And, you know, I don't know if I would read this in a typical Wheel of Fortune way, but as a kitchen garden, look at all that good stuff. And as the final, my goal card, it's just saying there is so much benefit to this entire thing that you're trying to do. There's benefit in the planning of it. There's benefit in the doing the hard thing of it. There's benefit in trying to do a little more than you regularly would because you're trying to make yourself stronger. And there's benefit in the pure liquids that we put in our bodies, and that benefit will come out as a kitchen garden to be so good for me. So good for me. This is a winning combination. So that is my Herbcrafters reading for the question, how can I better get to my fitness goal? Thank you. All right, so this reading I am going to do with Jonasa Jaus. This one was called the last edition, but I believe this is the 4th edition. If I'm not mistaken, it has the backs that are kind of greenish. It looks yellow in the viewfinder. I have edged mine, and this one is in her kind of long card way of, which I can shuffle. It's not the easiest, but I can do it. More often I'm gonna do this. You can, if you want to. Of course, I don't, as much as possible, I don't shuffle like this, but lately I've had bigger cards. You can do the corner shuffle thing. Also, I'm not really good at it. But honestly, I can just shuffle this deck. So even though it's a stretch, I like the feeling of a riffle of it. Good enough, right? So this is going to be, I mean, a lot of times if you're out and about doing readings, people don't even know what they want to ask you. They're just curious about a tarot reading, right? So they'll say, well, it's just, whatever energy for the day or whatever. And in honesty, I get a lot of people who call me up and are like, well, I just drew some cards for my daily message. Can you help me with it? Or can you draw me a couple cards? I just need help to get through my day. Which I can dig that, sure. Yeah. I would love to. Very much enjoy doing just a everyday energy reading, right? Okay. Let's see if I can get all these cards into the camera. This moment is brought to you by... Okay. So, good enough. All right. My apologies to those of you for whom this is disturbing. So, in a general, how's my day going to be today? I'm going to do the 4 elements, right? So, we're going to do fire, water, air, and earth. Okay? And fire is going to be an action. Water is going to be an emotion. Swords are going to, or air is going to be where your head's at. And earth is going to be environment, like how's this going to affect you where you're at. Okay. So we have for the action card, the Queen of Cups, La Reina de Copas. Okay. And the flower for this suit of Jonasa Jaus is the daisy, right? And she's contemplative. She is holding a cup, right? She's kind of young for a queen, but that's cool. And this looks to me like you need to today consider what you do before you do it. Try your best not to speak or act without considering your own motives or what you might end up causing, what you might affect. Okay, so this is think before you jump as an action for the day. Not a bad action for anyone for any day. And here we have in the water position, this is emotional, Nove de Españas, or espadas, which is the 9 of swords. So you may be having a hard time today. You may be just going through it. You may be feeling sad and sick or hard pressed to get anything done because this is an air card. Notice the orchids are air plants, are the plant for this suit. And 9 of swords, it's a nightmare card, right? That's the girl waking up in bed and having been scared awake by a bad dream, possibly, maybe. But also in a 9 card, it is kind of expert awareness, right? This is someone who is willing to do a little extra thinking as far as being scared of things. So I would say as a water card, as an emotional situation for the day, this is it goes along with the Queen of Cups here. Think before you act, think before you speak, and be educated with what you have to say. Because what you have to say could make a difference today. Okay? So rein it in. Hold your horses. Think before you speak. And when you do speak, know what you're talking about. Right? Because no one wants to hear just a bunch of flabber. All right. Then we move to the air card. Okay? And again, we're back in our emotions, right? So here we had a cup card that was air, and now we have an air card that is cups, right? And this is cuatro de copas, which is the 5 of cups. So this is really battles fought that you cannot win, useless fighting, aggravation for no good reason, language that once spoken cannot be taken back. Okay, so I think this is saying that you need to, once again, similar to these other 2 cards, you need to understand that this anger that you're feeling, this frustration, this argument that you want to have is not going to win you any points. There's no good reason for it. It can only cause pain and further discourse, and none of it is going to be super good for anyone. Okay? And then for our environment card, this is a really great one to end on. I mean, all of this kind of intense mental and emotional kind of battlement here. And then you end with the De Staros, which is the 10 of Pentacles. And our pentacles here are buttercups. For a simple reason, they look like coins. They look like gold, right? So in this 10 of earth, we're moving through a door. We are done. We have decided not to have that big argument, because when we thought about it, we figured that it was better and more and smarter to just not get in that fight. Even though now you know the truth, just let it go. And then we can just move through the next door. You can move on because you don't need to think about it anymore. It's not something you said or did that hurt someone's feelings. It's not something you were outspoken about that you didn't know what you were talking about. And you stopped and contemplated. And now everything's coming up buttercups. Okay? So that is my daily reading with an elemental spread for the Jonasa Jaus. All right, so this next one, let's get into a work-life situation. I would say a good 50% of the last 50 readings I've done have been people who were worried about their jobs, worried about their next steps as far as, and this is the Marielle Tarot. This is an older Schiffer edition that I have trimmed of the borders, edged with blacks. I left mine with sharp corners, and I did, in some parts you can see it, in some parts it's just worn off. But I know the cards well enough that I don't even really need to look that hard. And it isn't that I've used this deck a ton. It's not that. It's that I've studied this deck a bunch. I really enjoyed Chris from Elemental Tarot. I like the way he went about the study. He did lives every couple of weeks. He went through several of the trumps in a video, and then till he was done with that, and then he did like the number sections, aces, twos, threes, like that, which is kind of the way this deck was created. Marie White painted these pieces of art over a 10-year period. Anyway, so this older deck has a couple cards that I just, even though I was one of the people who complained about the Hierophant card. Anyway, so the question is, and this question came up, should I leave my current job? And with this one, I'm going to do a simple 3-card pull. I find this deck, because the imagery is kind of complex, less is more. Less is more with the Marielle Tarot. And this is going to be, I don't even know who started this 3-card spread, but this is do, don't, and advice. Okay? So with regard to whether or not to leave the job that this person was talking about, Marielle says, be measured as to how you do this. Is it better for your physical, mental, financial health for you to be able to stop now so that you can better move on? Is it better for you if you instead stick with the job a little longer, put up with some minor discomfort, and just maybe work before hours or after hours with trying to get yourself into a better position? Because it's really important where matters of career, matters of, especially nowadays when everybody is living paycheck to paycheck, sometimes not even paycheck to paycheck, sometimes paycheck to payday loan. Times are tough. So the do card is temperance. It is measure your actions. Don't be too quick. The don't card, interesting that we have 2 tigers. Wow. And I believe this is the page of, oh no, it's the 9 of Wands. Okay. No, it was a Wands card. Very fiery. Marielle, if I had to put an element to the whole deck, Marielle is a very fiery deck. So this is 9 of Wands, and this is saying, don't break your own back. Don't burn yourself out. I mean, this is what I'm seeing. Don't burn yourself out. If this is sapping all your energy, is it taking everything you've got just to get in there and be there for 8 hours? Is it killing your spirit so that you don't have the energy to look around, so that you feel like you're not worth what you're actually worth? This is telling you, don't let that be the thing that stands in your way. Don't let that job suck you out like a dry leaf, okay? Don't let it roast you. Don't let it burn you out, okay? And here's the advice from Marielle. Oh, wow. So beautiful. This is the 3 of discs. Really nice way of looking at that. And that is, this is a collaborative work, right? Marie White is showing a family, perhaps 2 people raising a little person, or maybe adopting, or even, just people from a village welcoming in a new child, because that's sometimes how it works. Sometimes it's more than just the regular family. So what I'm seeing here is there are people who are willing to help you out. Now, this is just an intuitive jump from this card, but there are some people who have seen you, who have noticed you, who believe that your work is worth having, who would like to have you come into their sphere, their realm, and that even if you are very careful about how you go about this, and you don't let anyone suck all the energy out of your dry husk of I can't get up at 9 o'clock and do this anymore. There are other people out there who believe in you, who have seen your work, and who want you in their company. And that is the Marielle 3-card reading, do, don't, and advice for should I leave my job. All right, see? Water. Yay! Cool, clear water. All right, this next reading is a romance reading. Okay, this is going to be 6 cards. I'm going to put an oracle card in here. Where's my oracle cards for this? I'm going to use Amor at Psyche. Okay, so the question here, this is kind of an unusual, but not such an unusual reading here. This is about... I have a friend who is very much involved with a... Oh, shoot, I'm going to have to... Okay, well, fine. Very much involved with a person who can only be in the country less than 6 months. I think it's like 4 months out of the year. And because she has a bunch of responsibilities here at home, it's just not possible for her to move at this time in her life. But this is somebody that she has a great connection with, okay? She really likes. So the question put to the cards is going to be, is this really going to work? Is this going to work for us? This long distance relationship, you know, this love that she thinks she feels, is it going to be, can it be maintained, right? So, all right, we're going to start the reading with body positive, okay? So, here we have 2 people, and they're under an umbrella, right? One is dark, one is light. We got the fruit here. And in the love arena, there are times when romance can be stunted because we don't like ourselves, because we're afraid that this person we really like will see us in the worst way, or because we don't understand the beauty that is in the eye of the beholder, which is the other person, the person who really does maybe care about you, or who hopes, just like you hope. People hope, right? And it doesn't always work out. You know, you can't expect everything to always work out. But it also doesn't have to be this miserable self-hatred situation, right? So I'm using, the 2 decks I'm using are the Stone Marseilles Tarot by Lilly Stone and Marsella Robledo's the 2012 edition. It was, I guess it was kind of mass market. I don't know. Anyway, great deck. I like these because they're both beautiful. They both have excellent shuffleable cardstock. And they mirror each other a little bit. This is very much a yin-yang deck, right? Or a yin-yang pair. So what is dark here is light in the other one. But how I'm going to use these is each deck is going to be for the 2 different people, or each, yeah, the 2 decks are going to be for the 2 different people. So we've got the Stone Marseille. this is how he feels about the relationship. This is how he feels about you. And this is how he feels about himself. Okay? And I know this broaches on minding someone else's business, but that's one of those gatekeepy things that I just I'm not going for. So see, this deck is almost the same size. This one's a little skinnier. All right. So, and then this is going to be the other person, right? So we have a lighter color story on these cards. Still great card stuff. Oh. And yeah. So this is a hetero couple. So I'm going to call them him and her. And this is how she feels about the relationship. And what did I call this one? This is how she feels about him. And this is how she feels about herself. Okay? So it's kind of heart-shaped. It would be more heart-shaped if the oracle card wasn't so big, but okay. So we've got Marsella Robledo by, what's the name? Robledo? Pablo Robledo? Yeah, Pablo Robledo. And the Lilly Stone. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the first card for each of the two people first. So this is how he feels about the relationship. Okay, now I don't read reversals, but in the Marseilles, when I get a reversal, it's I kind of have to pay attention to it, okay? So to me, how he feels about this relationship is he's trying to save it. He doesn't want it to go away. He wants to make sure that what he has in the past, because over here is the past, right? What he has in the past is taken care of before he feels like he can move into this relationship. She feels like it's total blockade, okay? This is the 9 of Wands. She's feeling like he doesn't want her. He doesn't communicate well. He doesn't tell her what he wants from her. So this might be part of the problem. Maybe there needs to be a little more action on the part of both of these people as far as letting their feelings and their what they intend for this relationship be known. Okay? So this is what he feels about her. Interesting. This is the 8 of batons. Okay? Oh, wow. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. This looks like a 9 too. Yeah, this is the 9. Okay, so is this a misprint? It is. No, it's not. Okay, so once again, he feels like she is not telling him everything, not being straight up, but he's willing to work for it, okay? So it seems to me, because they've both drawn this card, that both of them are somehow blocked off in some way. They need to spend a little time undoing those blockades. This is how she feels about him. She wants him 1,000%. He is the man of her dreams. How interesting. And she's willing to go far to make this whole thing work. So I think between the two of them, that they could open up communications. Look how these look like little open mouths. if they would have some more communications about these two things that are holding them back, apparently, despite the fact that he's trying to work it out to make this happen, and she's feeling like he doesn't want to communicate with her. He is trying to break through the blockade, and she's willing to do whatever it takes, okay? So the final cards... So maybe I just had this upside down, but anyway. Ooh. All right. So here we have La Papesse, the mother of secrets. Okay. I might even say that there is a woman standing in the way of this relationship. There's another very strong female who I would say he's trying to get rid of. And that might be why he's being a little incommunicative. A very strong woman who is coming between them. And this is, to me, the Two of Swords is her being a little defensive. Her past, in her past, she's been hurt before. She's trying to be open-minded, but unfortunately, bad things happen when you break up with people. Bad things happen to break up people. And oftentimes that sticks with us. And we tend to blame the person that we really want to be with. But we can't help but remember, oh, well, I want to be with that other guy too. So I don't know. So what we have here also are 2 twos, which belies, and then both of them with blocked off problems. So 2 twos is talking about attraction, about having to, being so attractive, so brought together, and having to think about it and not being able to let it go. Magnetic attraction, I think. So in this case, what I would say is these two people need to open up some serious dialogue around what it is he's trying to get rid of and who is stopping him and what it is that she's so afraid of, okay? And in that case, we could move beyond this kind of fear and a little bit of self-loathing that was maybe slowing these two people down. All right. So here we go. So, you know, when you're planning a big event, and it's important, and you want everyone to be feel like you did your best, and you want people to remember it, and it's nerve-wracking. You know, you spent a lot of money doing this thing, getting this party to go. This is the Oceandry Tarot, by the way, by Colin at Prism and Company here on YouTube. If you're interested in this deck, it's sold on Game Crafter, and pretty sure that the cardstock is going to be different, but that's fine, whatever. I don't know. This wasn't a Game Crafter one. This was one he sold me. Yeah. So this deck is interesting. It's a pip style deck. A lot is going on with the colors, but the majors are quite different. Okay, the majors tell this whole story, and I won't give it away. But like I said, the whole thing is there on the on YouTube if you want to check it out. Did I blow it? I think I did. Okay. Well. Okay. So what I was trying to get at is someone might come to a tarot reader and say, this is a really, really big deal. How is this party going to go for us? Okay. So, there's a lot of ways that you could look at this. I am going to just do a little Romany. Okay. I'm just going to turn cards over and see what they say to me. So the question is for the Oceandry Tarot, how is this party going to go? Is it going to be a good party? And the first card is the Four of Cups. So as we know, the Four of Cups, this is stable emotions. This is kind of a feeling of boredom even, or tiresome, or so there are some people who may not necessarily be interested in this because they've got other things going on. So maybe that would be a good thing to address. And then here, Six of Swords. Wow. Okay, so we've got the cerulean that's in common here. Cerulean it's a friendly feeling. It's so this party may be marking a transition from a rough time to kind of better times, and this party actually may help the people involved to kind of move on and feel a little better. And here we have the Six of Pentacles, which is, again, really great for a party atmosphere, that there will be some give and take. There will be people working together to make this happen in a good, calm, good way. And again, if you look at this green, this deep green is also in common. So far, this looks like actually a really nice kind of keep it together reading. Seven of Swords. Watch out for those people who are wanting to undermine you. Maybe someone who says, I don't know why you're even doing this. No one's going to appreciate it. No one likes it. Or someone who is trying to take credit for doing something that they haven't done. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that slow you down. Sevens can also be a moment of overcoming, right? And this does have a bit of overcoming in it. Also, we have both the deep purple in common and the kind of greenish yellow. That's what I see anyway, a greenish yellow. Do you see that in the monitor? I don't know. All right, so, and then the final outcome card here is the Princess of Wands, okay? And again, some of the good colors are in here, the purple, the orange, and the yellow. So I'm seeing friendliness. I'm seeing this being, an active thing. People are going to be there. People will get their butts there. So that's not a problem. Just remember to keep it kind of balanced. Remember what you're doing. Don't be hurt if some people don't want to do it. All right. So that is our how's the party going to go? Romany reading with the Oceandry Tarot. Go check out Prism and Company, because it's a great old channel. I'm so glad he left his stuff up, even though he doesn't post much anymore. All right. Did you think I wasn't going to say it? Thank you for coming.